Hey guys, we are talking all about DexaFit Las Vegas. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're a current subscriber, hey, thanks for joining. And I so love that you guys are here and hanging out with us on Michelle Davis Fitness. We're live every Thursday, 1 p.m. If you want more information, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or michelledavisfitness.com. So I'm a competitor, and for the last since August, I've been going to DexaFit Las Vegas with Tammy and Scott, and they have been checking out the progression of not only looking at my analysis of my body fat, but looking at my skeletal system, looking at my weight, and this is some really high-tech stuff. So bear with me. You guys are going to learn a lot. You're going to love what you see. And I also have a perk for any LVAC members if you are interested, so pay attention. So welcome Tammy and Scott to Michelle Davis Fitness at WCOBM.
Thank you, Michelle.
Absolutely. So if you see I'm wearing their swag, I mean, I love them. And I've been going to them since August. So if you guys look at the bottom third, we do have a YouTuber that is actually going to kind of go over the experience of what they went through and their progression and the report and everything, because this little lady right here, she is full of knowledge. She can fill you up to the brim when it comes to nutrition and health, and when it comes to staying on track, when it comes to keeping your goals in mind and, you know, progressing in your health in the right direction. That's where DexaFit Las Vegas comes to have you in mind. You can go and get more information, go to DexaFit.com, but I want to kind of dive deep into these two and how they started DexaFit Las Vegas. So Tammy, let's kind of go into your background.
Okay.
And how you became a health guru, a nutritional expert, as I say.
Well, if we want to go all the way back, high school time, I was always into nutrition.
Okay.
I was a person that was into the sports. How do we do this? You know, wanting to stay healthy.
Right.
Felt that that was the direction I wanted to go. You know, life happened, and I still was always into that. But then when I met my husband Scott a little over 7 years ago, he presented me with something that I wasn't sure what to do with. He had diabetes, and he'd had it for over 30 years.
Okay.
So me being the person that I am, I needed to study up on it. What can we do about this? And so through my studies and this long progression that we went through, I ended up going through the Nutritional Therapy Association program.
Okay.
Which is more of a, you know, whole foods, natural foods type things.
Okay.
And based on that and the other knowledge I gathered, we were working on his health. Well, then it brings it to, I was helping other clients as well, doing nutritional therapy.
Okay.
I want to track and know that what's going on is actually working.
And so were these people that were athletes, were they just ordinary people that wanted you to help them lose weight?
You know, it's actually a broad spectrum. Everybody has something.
That's true.
And so when I was doing that, I was thinking, well, I want to get a hold of a DEXA. I want to be able to do that to track.
Now DEXA, how did you find them?
It was just by studying, you know, back 7 years ago, nobody had really heard of them. But that's how in-depth my study has got. It's like, okay, what is out there? What can we do?
So what is DEXA?
It is a dual x-ray of your entire body. So it takes a couple of x-rays.
We're going to show you guys pictures, so bear with us. We'll show you all the good graphics.
So it's a really low level x-ray of your entire body. And what that provides is a total breakdown of who you are, what you're made of.
Right.
So you will get an image of your spine or your whole skeletal system. It'll also break you out into your muscles and any fat that you might be carrying around.
So actually this is the report I took 2 hours ago, where I actually went to DexaFit. You can follow on the Instagram stories. And so this is the report that she's talking about, and the skeletal report I actually want to show them specifically because, well, where is it?
Pretty picture.
The pretty picture of the skeleton, yeah. So if you guys look at this, shows you exactly your skeleton, and it's an x-ray, and it's something that shows you within 5 minutes, if that.
The whole scan will take anywhere between 6 to 12 minutes total. Then I can print out the report, and then we can go through it, and you have all that information. You learn so much more than you ever knew before about yourself.
So I love this company. Before we go into it, it's back to Tammy and her nutrition and finding DEXA.
So back when I was from Washington State, Scott and I are from there.
Okay.
And when I did my search for a DEXA scanner, the closest one was in Seattle, where the Seattle Seahawks were at. So my clients, as well as ourselves, we would drive 4 hours to go do a DEXA scan. We felt it that valuable of information.
Right.
Then through a job change and a move a couple of years ago, we came down here, and I'm thinking Las Vegas is plenty large enough. They've got to have this technology here. Well, really, it isn't here. Nobody has really heard of it. So I found DEXAFit, which is a startup company that came out of Chicago. And through that, I got to know them and started my own branch of DEXAFit here in Las Vegas. So we've been open a little over a year. It's been very rewarding, meeting some really neat people, hearing some good stories. Again, it's people from just the average Joe that wants to lose a little bit of weight or has maybe diabetes, metabolic syndrome, all the way up to the elite athletes.
That's amazing. And Scott, how has it changed your life? Other than Tammy, of course.
Well, Tammy got loaded with a lot more than she was expecting, as she said. But when I first met Tammy, I was on 14 different medications for high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, low testosterone, and now I'm on one prescription for blood pressure only.
I have to give him a high five for that one. I mean, good job, Tammy. Pat on the back.
Actually, I was able to stop insulin in June of this year. So
that's incredible.
That's after having had a pump and either injecting for a long time.
Wow, so you guys really did your homework. You're really dedicated, and obviously you see proven that it works. Not only was the DEXAFit and the information and the scanning and all the equipment that you have, but it's the knowledge and the nutritional advice that you have as well that you give to a lot of your clients. You ask, she's a talker, which is good because she wants to know exactly what you're eating, what you're doing, and I love the fact that she's blunt. You know, I know it may be a little tough love to tell you what's on the page, but it's for your own darn good. And obviously here at DEXAFit, we're going to name drop some athletes. I'm one of them, obviously, but they have some Olympian athletes and so forth, some big time people that you want to talk about. Let's show the pictures first before we start talking about who those athletes are. Now, if you see on the screen here, let's explain who this is, what you're doing.
Okay, this is Badou Jack. He is a professional boxer coming in. He's preparing for one of his fights. So what he's doing right now is doing the resting metabolic rate. Okay. So with that test, we are going to, as you can see, he's getting a mask on. He's going to be hooked up to what's called the med cart that's right there next to it. And that's going to be measuring his oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. Based on that, we're going to get a good idea of what his resting metabolic rate is. If he laid in his bed all day doing nothing, how many calories would it take to maintain his body weight? It also gives us an idea of what he's burning for fuel in a carb to fat ratio.
Okay. Next picture, Scott. Thank you.
So here, this next one, which one's next? Which
one are we looking at, Scott, now? This one.
This one, okay. This is, I believe, is it still Badou? You can see he is on the DEXA scanner. So you see that arm that's above him there, it's going to just scan all the way across the top of him. It takes, like I said, between 6 to 12 minutes for the entire scan. It's totally painless, unless you're a very large man with big muscly shoulders, then sometimes it's a little uncomfortable trying to keep your arms in close because there's a specific area that I need to keep you into. Then just shortly after that, we have a readout and we can see his body fat percentage and his bone health and all. Then our next one that we're going to would be the VO2 max. So this is going to tell us what our overall cardio health is like. How much oxygen can your heart pump out to your muscles while you're under work?
I like the fact that there's padding behind him in case he we won't go there, but it's...
Yeah, people get going. It's interesting because generally you come in, you do the resting metabolic rate, and then I throw you up on the treadmill. Two totally different ends of the spectrum. Right. One, you're resting. The other one, I'm not going to let you stop. And hopefully you don't fall off, but you don't stop until you are so tired and that you have sweat pouring off of you. That means we got a good reading, that you gave it your best effort.
Awesome. And so all of these readings are different. Every scan is different. It tells you different information, and it's all crucial if you are on some sort of level where you want to progress and you want to stay that way. And so let's go to the next scan, which actually, if you are an LVAC member, you get a free 3D scan. So take a look at this. Tell us more, Tammy.
This is called the Fit 3D scanner, and this works very well in conjunction with the DEXA. The DEXA is going to give you a picture of the inside. The Fit 3D scanner gives you literally a picture of the outside. It's a 3D photo that's emailed to you. This gives you the perception of what you look like. And it also gives you the opportunity to see your body transform over time. So if you did one test today and one later, you can put them side by side on your computer screen, see if there's any visual changes. It's also going to do your measurements like arms, waist, hips, and so forth. Next time you can compare, did those measurements go up? Did they go down? Are you making progress?
Love it. All right. So obviously you guys see that they have lots of equipment, they have lots of knowledge, they have tons of experience, they're professional, and you guys got to go check them out. So the most important thing is where are you guys located at?
We are on basically the corner of Rainbow and Charleston, right in the Executive Park West little business center there.
I love it. It's tucked away. It's private. They have a great office location, but most importantly, you might want to make an appointment. So what's your phone number?
That's a good question.
I know, right? It is
702
685-9995.
There you go.
It's not something I dial very often, so.
And DexaFit.com, they can go and get more information. And I want you guys to come back on the show so we can talk more about bodybuilding and how you guys helped with my targeted range. So I want you guys to know that I kind of, from my competition, got to about 8 to 9% body fat. Now I'm back to about 11.5. I'm trying to get to about 15. And so I have some more work to go. And that's what these guys are going to help me stay on track with. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and be a guest on the show. And there's all sorts of athletes that also go to DexaFit Las Vegas. So if you're an athlete, if you're a trainer, if you're someone who just wants to come and check out what your numbers are, it definitely teaches you something. So thanks again for you guys coming and being a guest.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
And stay tuned for more great information right here on WCOBM.